Scott here again. Look, I've put a short video together on how to repair the turbo actuator on your Mercedes or Chrysler, in particular the OM642 engine. That's the 3-litre V6 diesel. Now, the actuator is not sold as a separate part. It's a component bolted to the turbocharger, and if your actuator fails, you'll be told that you have to buy a complete new turbo, which is thousands of dollars. Crazy situation, I think, when often it's a very minor problem, a very easy repair of the turbo actuator itself. So I hope you find this video can save you a bit of money. So these are the fault codes we have on the vehicle. Check component Y77-1, boost pressure regulator, positioner signals fault. Now if there's something wrong with the regulator, it will also throw up an error here, the exhaust back pressure sensor. I've checked the sensor and that's okay, so it's been isolated to this thing here is the problem. So here's the charge positioner sensor here, right next to the turbocharger. It's also known as the turbo actuator. So I'm going to take the black cover off this and check the wires inside, because it's a common fault where the power supply to the circuit board inside, the two wires or one of the wires will break. So we're going to check that first before we order a new one. First thing to do is remove the intake tubes by undoing these hose clamps. So this is the turbo actuator. We're going to remove these clips, top, and there's two on each side. There's also one on the bottom, but we don't need to remove that, because once we get these others off, we'll be able to pull it back. So I'm using a magnet here just to catch it. Let's use a small screwdriver. So what tends to happen with these actuators is these two wires here that supply power to the circuit board, they're actually fusible links, but they're very, very fragile and they break. And this one here is broken. So it's been working intermittently, and I've discovered why, because this wire here is actually broken, so it's not making contact all the time. This one here seems to be okay, and that one seems to be okay, but that one was definitely broken. So what we're going to do here is we're just going to get the file and file the aluminium coating off the two terminals here, and then we're going to solder on a new piece of wire. I'm going to use 16 amp fuse wire, which is about the same diameter as the existing wire. So now you can see I've exposed the copper on these terminals. Just try to get the reflection there. So first thing we'll do is tin those terminals with some solder. So I've put solder on each one of these terminals. So that's the first wire done. Both wires done now. I'm just going to spray some lithium grease in here to lubricate those gears. Now I'm only going to put the top and the 4 clips on the sides. I'm not going to worry about the bottom one because I don't think it's necessary, it'll still seal. So those clips are back on. Okay, so now it's all back together. I'm going to run the test on the charge pressure positioner, or the turbo actuator. So engine at idle, and then we'll run the test. Okay, that test all worked out, so I'm going to clear the fault codes. So those fault codes, I've just cleared them. Let's just check. Yep, no fault code present. Now I'll take the car for a test drive.